Hey guys, we're back with another update. We made it happen. That's all
Made
I
it
can
happen. We birthed Imperialis. We did it. We made a video.
We put so much pressure on the system that they had to release.
Someone at Games Workshop there was an alarm that went off, and they're like, "Oh shit, Jay and Chris made it. Asked when it's coming out, so we have to release it."
Where is it?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Finally.
And you know what? Like, I stand by what we said. Obviously, that I really felt like it had to come out this year.
I mean, truthfully, they did say back in August when the original delay, this is by the end of 2023, so they did stay true to that. And it looks like it's coming in that it's a 2-week pre-order.
December 2nd, I think, is when it comes out.
Right. So it's right around when we said that they basically have to spit it out, or it's a lost cause kind of thing.
Yeah.
At least for this year.
Yeah.
So that's great. Looks like the excitement is mixed still. I think it's going to be one of those people will get it and then.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure anyone I spoke to who said they wanted it originally has changed their mind.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's good. It's been 4 months.
Yeah.
So
it's really more because you had you had months preceding August when people were already like, "Oh, I want this."
Yeah.
And then the delay.
I think the real thing you're missing out on is there was maximum hype in August.
Yep.
And there probably would have been more people that jumped on at that point because of the hype. Now it's just going to be like you said, the people that just still want it because they wanted it originally.
So the other thing is, maybe I don't know. I think you had the conversation with their sales rep or whatever, if I remember. But I don't know. There isn't a Grandmaster edition.
No, there isn't. Yeah.
So that's unique. They're not doing the Titanic as
it's
special mega box.
It's actually a pretty
very
reasonable cheap. I would almost say cheap by Games Workshop standards these days. Box you were in Canada, obviously. I think it's 200 American, 240 Canadian.
Right.
It'd be 120 quid or whatever. The fact that you get a big hardback book in there, and it's a pretty sizable start to an army.
It's probably just loaded. It's just all sprues.
Probably. It's a pretty good. That's a pretty good entry point. I think there's going to be people that pick up a second one and do trades because
you can have two
the supplementary kits are for example, if I'm doing Marines, I'm already looking at it. You don't get really a crazy ton of infantry in there.
Right.
You get 2 stands of Assault Marines, 2 stands of Terminators, a couple tactical ones. So you're probably going to want. You're going to need at least another pack or 2 of those guys if you're going to have a serious amount of infantry in your army. And those supplements are $60.
Yep.
So there's a ton of value in there, for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean the box looks good. It's reasonable. Now they are fire hosing some of that stuff. I think it was 7 or 8 other. Rhinos, Kratos, more Marines.
Yep.
Baneblades,
Thunderhawks coming back. A lot of the Titan stuff is being released.
Yeah.
A good chunk of it is direct, which means we can custom order it, but it's not going to be on anyone's shelf in any store across the world.
Yeah. I was wondering how they would do that. So even then,
they were pretty good.
I probably sell out quickly.
That stuff especially. If you want any of the Titan repacks, all of the Solar Auxiliary flyers for some reason were all but direct, which it's too bad they couldn't put one in the shop. And so they've only made one of the Warlords, one of the Reavers, and I think the Questoris pack.
Okay.
We'll be able to put those in the shelf, which is I'm glad we can do some. That's nice.
That's
right?
good. That's good.
It's nice to have some options there.
It goes to show how bearish they are on the Aeronautica Imperialis anything, and then some of them.
Look, let's be real. Aeronautica did not sell well overall. The company. So despite having gorgeous models, I think they'll sell more Aeronautica this time around with the Imperialis game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my guess.
Yeah, they'll sell some more. Well, again,
I'm buying a Thunderhawk because it's. So, are you not getting a Thunderhawk?
No. No, I am. But
no.
It's funny because I was do I want a tiny Thunderhawk? Do I care? And then I thought about the rules that a Thunderhawk has, and then I was oh yeah, this thing carries an entire little army in it.
Isn't it called a turbo battle cannon or something? You're not going to turbo battle cannon someone?
They never made tiny Stormbirds, I guess, did they? No.
They made not Stormbirds.
Anyway.
They did.
The idea that I could shuttle like 30 little Marines and a Rhino or something somewhere on the table and drop it off is kind of exciting.
Really cool. Really cool.
And we don't know anything about the rule set really. Like, well, we know some snippets, but like usually in games, the smaller the miniatures get, also the less they move in inches. So like a Marine on foot is probably moving like a couple inches or something. Like, maybe So you probably need these.
Transports are probably pretty vital. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely gonna need at least some rhinos. But yeah, anyway, no, it is cool. It is cool for sure. So yeah, that's gonna be exciting, coming soon. And then I guess what else we got? Christmas boxes arriving.
Yeah, everyone got a haircut on those. So like pretty much across the board, like supply is gonna be really tight.
Yeah.
The website's already wiped, so like these things are going to be a couple weeks blown out, sort of thing, right? So, and like I wouldn't say they're the best ones they've ever done, but they are pretty good. Like they all save in Canadian dollars once again. They're all in the like 115 to 160 range of savings, which is like pretty good. Yeah,
some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, the 30%, I think, 35%, yeah. So I think they've learned to not do the 50% thing like they used to back in the day. Like some of those old box sets were just insane. Yeah.
Yeah. They would cost more, but they were just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. There would be some you're like, they're just giving it away. And then it's funny, there's a weird business thing where it actually causes a problem because then people like won't buy because they just if you can get like almost an entire Tau army or something for $300, then you're not going to buy your new regular Tau. You're just going to wait till it So they've kind of learned their lesson there.
yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
we can have it both ways. So
what are you going to do the same Legion again, or are you going to do a new
that's
Legion?
A good question. Yeah,
I've been racking my brain a lot about it.
That's true. Yeah, there's less of a time crunch this time because the first when we redid Horus Heresy last year or 2 years ago, there was like we had to get something done for a special project like very quickly. So then I took Iron Warriors because they were just silver with some other colors mixed in, but mostly silver. But then I was like really like I was going to do like some Emperor's Children because I'm like kind of wanted to do those for a long time. Mm-hmm. Always a Traitor Legion with me. I don't know. I apparently just don't do well with Legions. I don't know why. They're just I don't know. Too good. So maybe that'll happen. Maybe I'll have tiny purple guys.
Well, that'd be cool.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I have to see the models to really like judge like how the details will show. Because like as my only worry is like a Horus Heresy color scheme is generally pretty. Don't take this like a wrong way. They're kind of bland. Like they're purposely like not as. Because like if you're painting like this is an era where they're spitting out armies and they need lots of dudes out on on the battlefield quickly, like they're not as ornate. Like Space Wolves are like a like a bland gray, and like even the purple on the Emperor's Children is just like a flat color with some like trim. It's not as like
And it's always been represented like very almost like historical war games where it's like like he's saying, like it's like drab colors as opposed to like the vibrant tones you see in like the Warhammer 40,000 world, right? So I don't know. I might have to like increase the saturation a little bit on the small army just to like make it look interesting.
Probably painted brighter than you would. If you wanted to really pop,
because you're not. It's going to be hard. I've seen some of this stuff they've shown up online, like some people painting stuff that they gotten earlier or whatever, and. Let's just say like the weathering and natural look is going to be a lot more difficult to pull off on these little tiny models, like chipping and stuff like that. Like it at this range, it just looks like it all kind of blurs together, right?
Yes.
So just be really smart about that, like
And then what would be like a tiny chip on a 28 mil model is like a massive chip on this.
Exactly.
Whatever it is. Yeah. So I agree. Like. Whatever your color, if you're gonna do the thing where you take your existing Legion and just miniature it, like probably dial up the color another tone or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's you want to have the contrast has to be even, the gap in the contrast has to be even bigger. That being said, the oil washes would be key. I'm sure you could be oil washing
great.
a lot of stuff. You really need those that wash or that paint, or in this case the oil paint, to really seep. maximize the contrast to make everything pop. And this is also another medium where dry brushing goes a long way, actually.
Probably going to be a champion, yeah.
Because you want to catch all those corners and so taking like a light pastel color and dry brushing a model after it, just to highlight all the little angles and corners, makes a massive difference. I remember painting some Aeronautica last year, and that was like the defining. I was like, I did some edge on. I'm like, no, we got to take this dry brush and just lightly hit all the hard edges. And actually, pencils might be good.
Yeah, you know what? Because of how precise they are and how small you can get them, you're probably right. Actually, pencils would be pretty good on this sort of thing.
Good call, yeah. So, so the AK, lots of brands, but we have the AK weathering pencils in there. They're like $3. You probably need like 3 or 4 to cover your bases.
Yeah,
and then you can just go with a hard edge and just hit panel line or whatever you want to do, mark up things or add those shadows. So yeah, I don't know, it's good. A couple weeks.
We'll do some once we decide on, we'll do like a couple little videos on how we approach like the painting and stuff like that. We'll kind of have a better idea of have the models in our hands.
Yeah. So
stay tuned, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See you.